Hey guys, it's Elaine, the Ninja Life Coach, and today I'm going to show you several things that you can do to style your wig. So sit back, grab yourselves a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. Here are just a few simple little things that you can do to style your wig. A lot of times when we put on a wig, if it comes right out of the box, sometimes it just looks really wiggy, especially the cheaper wigs that you buy on Amazon for $40 or less. Sometimes those wigs just look a little bit wiggy and they're shiny and they're things like that. Now I've already covered in a previous video some things you can do to make your wig look more natural, but today we're just going to look at some ways that you can style a wig to make a wig look really good, really on trend, and make it look a little bit more like your hair. Because if you've got stuff in your wig like a head wrap, a headband, things of that nature, people will look at the hair accessory and they won't look at your hair so much. So the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to put on a short wig. I'm going to put on the short platinum wig, and we're going to look at that one, and I'm going to do a couple of things to her and give you some ideas of things that you can do with your short pixie cut. Then we can go on to one that's a little bit longer, and then we'll go on to a long blonde wig. So I'll be right back. Give me just a second. When I come back, I'll have that wig on my head. Hey everybody, I'm back. I have on the white platinum wig that I did in my very first Amazon wig unboxing, and I wanted to use this one first, and I'm going to do kind of a little bit more, spend a little bit more time on this pixie, because I think a lot of the times we just don't know how to style those things. So we're going to learn a little bit how to style this. I'm going to show you some things that I do that are just some little tips and tricks to help you style your pixie, your shorter wigs, and then we'll move on to the curly wig that's about shoulder length, and then we'll do the long blonde wig. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab just a little bandana type of scarf, and I've got it folded about 2 to 3 inches thick, and I've got the long ends like that. So I'm going to simply place this around my head, and I've got a mirror down here that I'm going to look in to do this, so bear with me. I'm not going to be looking at the camera while I do this, but I'm going to tie it right here. And then I'm going to just go in, place the hair where I want it, and just give myself a little punky, spiky look. And you just kind of place the hair, fix your bow. You have to work with it just a little bit to get it how you like it. But once you do, it looks really, really cute. And I'm going to turn around and let you guys see. So here we go. Now this is a very fashion forward look. That's a look that's on trend right now. And if you have an older wig that you think the style is a little out of date, you can put something like this as a little head wrap on there, and it'll instantly update that style. So if you don't want to do that, another thing that looks good on a pixie is just a simple headband. You know, a headband really dresses up a look, or it can make it a little bit more casual. So here's the headband. And I actually have a little fun headband over here with a little flower on the side. And I like this one with it as well. I think this one is just a little whimsical type of piece. And it's just fun. Another thing you can do with your hair is, I really like to take little hair clasps like this and just place them in the side at random places, just like maybe on the side. If you do things like this to your wig, people have a tendency to look at the hair accessory and not look at the wig quite so much. So there's a couple of things that you can do to your pixie to make it look a little bit different. Here's a little bit wider of a headband if you like that look. I like this one with it as well. it gives it just a little bit of an elevation. It looks a little bit more finished, a little bit more polished, and in my opinion, a little bit more realistic. I'm getting ready to put the curly red wig on, so I'll be right back. Okay, now I've got on the wig that I call Bridget, my red-headed vixen. And she's curly, and I've always wanted curly hair, and now I can have curly hair. But what I like to do with Bridget is I like to take a long oblong scarf, something like this, and I like to just tie it up around. Bridget has a monofilament part, but because she's an inexpensive wig, I think this wig was maybe 20 bucks on Amazon, the part to me doesn't look all that realistic, so I hide it when I'm wearing her. And I just take this and I make my tie right there on that part, and I just tie a big floppy bow. And I think Bridget is a little flat on top for me. I like big hair. I like permatees. I'm from the South. What can I say? So Dolly Parton, I feel like I'm channeling her about half the time when I leave the house. But I take my bow and I just pull it apart, and I make a big floppy bow right there on that part. And you can take this on the sides and you can mess with it and pull it out so it's a little bit wider, shows a little bit more of the scarf. And you can do this with any oblong scarf that you have. This will work. I've tried this with a whole bunch of different scarves, and it will work with any of them. Cotton, I will tell you, will grab your wig a little bit easier than a silk one. But I do like silk scarves. I've got a ton of them, and I wear them with my wigs, and they work fine too. This is silk, and they're, to me, if I wear a silk or a cotton scarf, they're a little less hot than a polyester scarf. But I really like this big floppy scarf look. Here's the way it looks in the back. Now, if this look is just a little too far out for you, you can take this apart and just start twisting your scarf. And when it starts to twist in on itself like that, take it and make a little rosette. And just keep twisting it till you've got like a little rosette looking thing, and just do that. And you can take this and go to the side, and then you're going to want to spread that out so you're hiding that part again. And you've got just a little contemporary bohemian look with your wig. Now, I do want to say right up front that I have cut all of these wigs in some form or fashion. I've either cut the ear tabs, I've thinned the wigs, or I've done something. These wigs did not look like this when they came right out of the box. I had to mess with these wigs just a little bit to make them, make them fit my head and make them look a little bit better on me. I think that a lot of the inexpensive wigs, when they come right out of the box, they're just simply too hairy. They have too much hair. So since my original hair, my biological hair, is a little bit thinner, I think I look a little strange with that much hair, and people are going to know immediately that I have on a wig. So I go in always and I thin my wigs. The only wig that I haven't had to do that, I've got 2 wigs that I haven't had to do that to, and both of them are better wigs. So here we go with this. Now, as with the pixie cut, you can always go back to the plain little headband thing. Get you a wide headband like this one. Place this right there on that part, and nobody will be the wiser. And there you go. Another thing you can do with hair this length is you can tie this same oblong scarf on the outside of your hair. You don't have to go in under your hairline. You can do it like this. Now this is a little bit trickier because your hair is going, your wig is going to be a little bit slippery. So especially if it's a synthetic wig, it's going to grip better on a human hair wig. But you can do this. You just got to work with it a bit. So just keep messing with it, keep pulling it down, and keep fiddling with it. And then tie your bow and make your big bow here. And there you go. Now, I'm going to come back. I'm going to have on the long blonde wig, and I will go ahead and tell you right ahead of time that long blonde wig doesn't look very good on me, but I want to show you a couple of things that you can do with longer hair. Every now and then, I just get a wild urge to have long hair. So this is the wig I wear when I want longer hair. I'll be right back. Okay, ladies, here I am with the long blonde wig. Now, I wore this wig the other day, and I wore it with a head wrap right around through here, and then I just took the back and I twisted it up kind of like that. And I just let it, you know, kind of fly out like that with a messy bun. And I went over to see my daughter, and she told me I look like a tavern wench. And, you know, maybe I don't mind looking like a tavern wench. Tavern wenches look to me like they have a lot of fun. So we had kind of a good laugh about that. But every now and then, I just want something a little different. But one thing you can do to this particular wig or to a longer wig is take a square scarf like this one that I have. Now, this is an old scarf. I've had this scarf for years. It's back from my old days as a hippie because I never throw away a scarf. I keep it. But you can take this scarf and just place it around your head. Make yourself a little, kind of like a little do-rag. Make sure it's all tucked in the back. You can even tie it in a bow if you wanted to in the back to give the back a little bit of an interest. And you have almost a little skull cap type of look. And just play with it a little bit. And here we go. Now, since I'm not really one to wear long hair very often, I have to fiddle with it. I have to fool with it and figure out what to do because I'm not used to wearing long hair. I haven't had long hair since I was 12 years old. So this is something that's been a learning curve for me as I've gotten longer wigs about what to do with long hair. But one thing I like to do with this wig is I like to do exactly the same thing I do with the other wigs with this type of scarf, these long oblong scarves. Except with this one, I go in, and because I think the hairline on this wig is very, very unrealistic, I try to hide that. So I go in with this scarf, and I'm doing that backwards. I go in this way with the scarf. And I just start tucking my hair back, and you might want to use a little bobby pin on your hair to hold it back. And then I twist this around and just start tucking it, fiddling with that till I think it looks right. And I have a little bit of a Captain Jack Sparrow pirate thing going on, but you know what? I like Captain Jack Sparrow, and I like a pirate look. So here's the look all the way around. And you're going to want to make sure you've got all your hair tucked in. I can't see to know that I do or not, but you're going to want to do that. So I just about got out of the frame there. Let me do that again. And I'm wanting to go towards this side. I don't know why. But that's something cute that you can do with that as well. Something else you can do is with your scarf And I'm a big believer in these scarves. I have a ton of these things left over from the days when I was just an old hippie freak. And this is something that I like to do with them. And I always, every time I have worn this wig, I have covered up this part of the wig because I don't like it. I don't think it looks good, and it's, you know, it's the way an inexpensive wig looks. But the rest of the wig looks really, really good. So I'm not going to penalize myself and not wear the wig simply because I think one part of it doesn't look right. So I'm going to go and just tie a little knot right up here in the front. And just start tucking my hair back. And just tuck. Just start tucking. Until you get it where you want it. I mean, you can take it all the way under if you want. To where nothing's showing here but your earrings. Make sure you've got this where you want it, where you like it. You have to play with it just a little bit to get it where you want. You know, you have to push on it. And my wig's not going to move because I've got that wig grip on underneath this, and my wig is holding firm, let me tell you. And I have made, this is the third time of me going through this video to try to make it, because this has been a challenging video to make. So there you go. There's that. Now there's the little knot, and this is what it looks like all the way around. Let me get over here. This is the way it looks all the way around. There, I keep moving out of the frame. I am not used to this video camera, that's for sure. Now, you can always take your wig and you can twist it and get some bobby pins or a clip if you want to get it off your neck, and you can do one of these in the back. You can always do something like that. I kind of like just letting it flow, letting it hang loose. And the good news is, if you wear a scarf, you're going to keep some of your hair off of your neck, because right back in here where it gets so hot, your scarf is going to hit and not the wig hair. So that kind of allows a little bit of ventilation to get back in there to your neck. So that's a good thing. But there is a few little wig tricks that for you to do and for you to try. When you all get a chance, you might want to just get some of your wigs out, play with them, see how it looks, see what you like. Let me know whether you like any of these. If you don't, if you've got some new ones, let me know what you all do, how you wear your wigs. Visit my website, Ninja Life Coaching, and when you get a chance, hop on over to Amazon and check out my book, Lord Am I Going Crazy? It's a 30-day devotional guide for women over 40. Have a great day. God bless. Maranatha.